Hey you guys, I just want to quickly talk about another game that I beat. You've obviously read from the title and from the thumbnail you can see. It is Warhammer 40k Space Marine Emperor's Elite Edition. My hand's getting fat. I'm gaining weight like there's no tomorrow. But I was very skinny for a long time, so I guess it's not the worst thing to be putting on some weight. This is like a weird edition. It's the Emperor's Elite Edition, but from what I can tell, it's just this slip and nothing really else. The other things are like, yeah, there's nothing inside that would make you think it's a special edition. It's just the slip. But it's the same price as all of the other copies, so I thought I'll grab the one that has the slip on it. Bit of extra plastic for my money. It's a good deal, I guess. I think I paid like $4 for this. Really good condition from CEX. Very happy with it. This is a game set in the Warhammer 40k series, which is made by the Games Workshop people. Usually they make like board games, and you get these little figurines, and they're all metal, so you have to paint them yourself. I have a couple of friends, or I did have a couple of friends from uni who were really into it. But I played a couple of games with them. It was fine. It seemed almost entirely luck based. But like sometimes you would win, sometimes you would lose. It did seem pretty fun, and the concept seemed pretty interesting, having like these holy warriors fighting against orcs and demons and stuff. And I knew about this game for a long time. They had released a few other games in the series. This was made by Relic, who I don't think makes games anymore. I know they were sold off to Sega when THQ went under and filed for bankruptcy. But I don't think they've made anything for a few years now, but they were known for the Company of Heroes and the Warhammer games. I think they made the Outfit as well, which was a third-person shooter, but this is their second third-person shooter. Released in 2011 in September, so almost 9 years now. Almost 9 years old. It's crazy how, like, games haven't really moved past this period from 2011. The graphics have gotten better, but like gameplay and stuff has really stayed the same. Uh, if this was ported to a modern system and had new fancy graphics, you could sell it as like a brand new game. But the graphics for the PS3 are pretty good. You play as Captain Titus, who's a space marine. You have a gun which can just shoot like standard ammo, like a pistol that has unlimited ammo, but you get all of these other guns throughout the game as well. You like a machine gun, shotgun, kind of grenade launcher, and you get all of these interesting weapons as well, like a Gatling gun style thing. You get a sniper rifle. I don't think there's any weapons that are like different from other games, but they're all handled pretty well, and they're good at fighting the orcs and later on the demons. You originally fight the orcs in the game, you land on this planet and you have to like try and take the planet back over, but you realize that there's too many orcs, there's no way for you to do it, so you have to travel to this area where you will shoot a laser beam at this tower, and it's supposed to wipe out all orcs in the area. But it actually screws up, it actually opens a portal into hell and like a demon comes out. It's an interesting story. It does pad a bit in places. It's there's not really enough story to fill out the 8 hours of the game, but it's fine. The story isn't that important. The combat is. It also has a melee combat which handles pretty well. It's very standard. You know, like you mash the X button and he attacks. You press triangle and he does a like a shoulder block that stuns an enemy, and you press circle to perform a killing move once an enemy is stunned. What's interesting is you do regenerate a little bit of health in the game, but you regenerate your shield. Your actual health has to be gained back from defeating enemies. And it's actually a lot like Bloodborne, where you have to stun the enemy and then perform a killing attack on them to get some of your health back. Obviously not exactly like Bloodborne, but I can see where like if you want to say Bloodborne took inspiration from this game, they might have. I don't know. But it's an interesting system. I can't think of many other games that have it. Usually you have regenerating health or you have health packs. And this one, the main way to get your health back is to kill the enemies with these killing blows. And it makes it so that you're not only staying behind cover and shooting at them, you're also attacking them with melee weapons. And you do have a few melee weapons to choose from. You have a chainsword. It's like a sword with a chainsaw attached to it. You have a power axe, and you have a giant mallet hammer thing. I never really used the giant mallet hammer because I found you could only use certain ranged weapons with it. I think you could only use the pistol and the submachine gun. You couldn't use the rocket launcher or the shotgun or any of the sniper rifle or any other weapon, so I found it wasn't as useful as other things. I have the Wikipedia page up here because it's been a week or two since I finished this, so I don't remember everything about it. I do remember it being pretty good, though. If you're looking for a third-person shooter to play from this era, you can definitely do worse. What else have we got here? The boss battles I remember being a bit let down by. There's only, I think, 2 boss battles in the game. You fight this giant orc machine monster man. I don't remember what his name was, but he's pretty easy. And then the final boss of the game is like a demon prince dude. Like, you don't even fight him. You go into this area and he sends all of his minions after you, and you defeat all of his minions. They come in waves. You defeat, I think, 4 waves of minions. And then Titus tackles the dude off a cliff and they have a quick time event and you squish his head in. It's not much of a boss battle. Even compared to the last ones, well, at least in the last boss battle where you're fighting the orc boss, at least you were shooting him. You weren't just taking out his minions, you were actually fighting him. It wasn't just all a quick time event. That was a little bit disappointing. The location is pretty interesting. You're fighting in sometimes in an underground area, like a dungeon sewer kind of place. But most of the time you're fighting in buildings and in a decayed city which has just been overrun by orcs and slowly destroying it, letting it go to waste. It's an interesting locale. It's almost like a post-apocalyptic kind of look. If you've played I Am Alive, it looks a lot like that game. I don't think many people have played that. It's good, though. It's worth playing. It's not the best game out there. I am glad that I finished it because it has been on my watch list for a long time. I've wanted to play it for a few years now. And I'm slowly getting through all of those games that I've wanted to play. I think eventually, once I've gotten through all of the games I want to play for PS3, I will start playing PS4 games, but I don't have a PS4 right now. If you guys remember, a few years back I did have a PS4, but I sold it. I wasn't playing it a whole lot, so I thought I'll sell it and buy some stuff that I actually want right now. And I think with the PS5 coming out, the PlayStation 4 is going to be pretty cheap. I think that's a fair bet because the PS5 can play all of the old PS4 games, so people aren't going to want the PS4 anymore. And I think I can get one of the good quality ones, like the PS4 Pro, for maybe under like $350 at some point, which, if that is the case, then maybe next tax time, or if I have a few really good sales on eBay, I might just bite the bullet and get one. Because there are a lot of PS4 games that I want to play. I've played the main PS4 games I want to play already. I played Bloodborne, I played I played Knack, I played Prey, I played Deus Ex, I played XCOM 2. Obviously Knack doesn't matter, but I played the other games that I want to play, but there's a few others I want to play. I would like to play Knack 2 because it's a multiplayer game I can play with my wife. And I want to play Gravity Rush 2. There's a few others that I really want to try out, but just for now I'm holding out on. I also want to play that Spider-Man and God of War game. I hear they're really good, but I don't know anything about them. The Last of Us 2, I don't really want to play that, to be honest. Red Dead Redemption 2, I did play that. I did really enjoy it. I think I sold my PS4 after I played Red Dead Redemption 2, but I did really, really enjoy that game. But I'm not too interested in a PS5. I've not really looked up anything about it at all. I know it's gonna come out for $750 in Australia, and that's just fucking insane. I'd never pay that price for a video game console. Especially not since, like I said at the beginning, a lot of the games are just like these games. You haven't really seen that innovation that you've seen in the past. Between generations, I think playing PS3 has really reminded me of how similar games are. Even 10 years back to games now, you haven't had that innovation. But this game is good. I recommend checking it out. You can get it so cheap, man. Let's get some statistics on it. Space Marine PS3. Yeah, I mean, like $14 shipped. I think $20 is a bit much. Yeah, I think you can get it for like 10, 15. But the CEX website sells it for way less. Way less than those prices. Yeah, like Warhammer 40k Space Marine is a $2 game there. Like, buy it from there. They have a ton in stock. For $2 plus $3 shipping, $5 all in. That's a great price. And for 8 hours worth of entertainment, it's definitely worth it because it is a fun game. Oh, there are also these sections where you get this jetpack, which are really fun. You get the jetpack and a power hammer, and you can like fly up into the air and then smash down onto your enemies, and that's a lot of fun. But yeah, check this out. It's pretty good. I definitely recommend it. It's got like other multiplayer modes as well that you can play with your friends. You can do a like a wave mode where you battle enemies in like waves, kind of like a Black Ops Zombies kind of deal. And I don't think the no, I don't know if I doubt the servers are still up for this game. But yeah, check it out. It's definitely worth playing. Warhammer 40k Space Marine.